Hey guys, I'm going to record this video of me talking about our plan of action for our straw tower. So you should have this paper. If you do not, I will add an attachment to the Google Classroom for you to print off. But here's what we're doing. When we're building our straw tower, what I want you to do is I want you to look up some videos on how to build your straw tower. What I want you to focus on is the base. So this first section is where you will look up information about a sturdy base. You need to look up what is the shape, what is the size, what do you need to do to construct it, how wide is it? And then you're just going to take notes here. You need to have 3 to 5 observations about your base. Then once you figure out kind of a plan for your base, you're going to move on to making connections. The making connections is where you are going to develop a plan on how to connect your straws for your straw tower. Now, you might want to interlock them. You may want to bend them. You may want to cut them. You can have many different ideas here, but you need to make a plan for how you'll be connecting the straws. Then you will also want to research the best technique to attaching the straws with masking tape. Is it good to cut off a bunch of pieces at once so it doesn't slow you down? Smaller pieces, bigger pieces, skinny, fat, whichever type, what's your best technique method for taping the straws together. And then I also want you, when you're watching your videos, is like check out the shapes that they're using. What seems to be the most effective shape, whether it's a square, rectangle, hexagon, prism, whatever you want to do, but figure out the shape that's best for it. Okay, now I'm going to run over and flip over my paper to talk about the back side. These are the parameters for the design plan. At the top, it just goes over what you can do and what you cannot do when we build. You will only be able to use drinking straws and masking tape. You can interconnect the straws by sliding one inside the other. You can cut them, and you can cut slits in your straws. What you cannot do, you cannot completely cover your structure with masking tape. You can only reinforce tape at the joints, and that is at the vertex. That's where the straws meet. You also cannot tape or secure your tower down on any desk or on anything, on the floor, on the wall. It has to be able to stand on its own. So your challenge is to build the tallest freestanding tower. Number 4 is a challenge. This is not required, but for my engineering brains, if you want to add this on to figure out how if your straw tower can support a tennis ball. I have a few tennis balls, and we can set it on there, and that's just an added bonus for you guys to be thinking about. Now down here, what you want to do is you are going to now do your sketches. Your sketches will probably need to include a key. It will also need to show me where you're going to tape, where you go. You can have also different angles of your tower. Maybe you just have focus on the base, then maybe the sides, and then the top. You also want to try to problem solve. What problems might you run into? What happens if your tape doesn't connect well? What happens if your straws start buckling? I really encourage you to try to practice those as well before you come into school. Alrighty. If your kids did not bring in straws and masking tape, they can still bring those in. Also, make sure your QR codes are done, because I will be checking those as a starting point. If you don't have those done, you will miss out on more building time. All right, guys, have a good evening.